A young man we got to meet talked about how he had been so depressed and felt so hopeless for the future that he had decided that he was planning on ending his life. At that moment, someone from the church project came and knocked on his family's door and invited him to come to be a part of the programs there for the young people. He came and he learned about Jesus. He learned the fact that he is loved and that there's hope and there's grace and that there's hope for a better future and a hope for a better tomorrow for him. And he's so grateful that God spared his life. And now he is one of the mentors that helps with that church program in helping to guide younger people who are needing some direction and some hope in their lives. I had an amazing opportunity to be able to go on a Compassion International trip to El Salvador. It was a life-changing experience. So one of the amazing things that we learned about El Salvador, it's one of the most densely populated countries in Central America. And many of the people there who are working are only earning about $6 to $14 a day. So the amount of money they're making is not even coming close to covering all of their necessities. I think the most amazing thing that hit me when I arrived in El Salvador was how different it is, whether you have resources or you don't have resources. There's a huge rift between people who have money and who don't have money. And there are many children who are lost in the fray, many children who are living in dire poverty, and it's no fault of their own. Their parents are working hard, but they're working in a very difficult situation. One of the big things that stood out to me is how vulnerable children in poverty are, especially. They're in danger for abuse and exploitation. They're in danger of being susceptible to crimes, either victims or perpetrators trying to make money for their families. So Compassion International coming in and stepping in and kind of filling in the gap gives these children an opportunity to dream about having a better future. So it was really inspiring to hear that over 70,000 lives have been impacted in El Salvador alone through the ministry of compassion. And that happens because people like you are involved. It's incredible to see all of God's people coming together. You're making a huge impact. It's making a difference in the world. And that's something amazing to be a part of. We were invited into one of the classroom settings, and we got to meet a little girl named Yancy. She was only 4 years old. But she was so helpful in trying to teach me some of the activities that we were working on. When my husband and I realized that this little girl had not been sponsored, we thought, this is the one. We said, we've already sponsored a child in the past, but we knew in our hearts that we could do a little bit more and we wanted to sponsor her as well. If I had the opportunity to go again, I would go in a heartbeat. It's so inspiring and so encouraging to see how just a little bit of light in the darkness, a little bit of God's love can make such a huge impact in the world. We can make a difference around us. And it's so amazing to see how God blesses what we do, whether it's investing our time or our money, and how that can grow into changed lives and into making a difference in the world ultimately.